Switzerland. We made it to Switzerland. Welcome to Switzerland. We're at our Airbnb right now, a quaint little cottage chalet, I think they call them here, in the Swiss Alps near Ernen. And the best part of this place, the views. Oh, look at that. Woo.
So we stayed in this cute, quaint little chalet that was at the top.
That was like at the top of a big hill, and we were like at the middle of the hill.
Yeah, what was on top?
But if we walked up like a little hike, it was just super short. It was this little like cafe.
So just above us on the hill is this kind of small hotel restaurant called Chäserstatt. If you're ever in Switzerland, go to Chäserstatt. It's one of the coolest places. But up there was probably the most epic swing view you'll ever have in your life, Nora. Did you know that? That was the top. That's the best you'll ever have. And they had the most delicious what? Pretzels.
And drinks.
And drinks. They had a brewery. They have 3 beers. The kids obviously didn't drink, but we would have beers from time to time up there. Really good. And what were our buddies? What was my best buddy up there? What type of animal?
It was a goat.
Goats. They had 3 goats just roaming around. They had some tiny horses. They had chickens. You remember the chickens?
The goats rammed me.
They rammed you? They did. Was that scarring? But do we still like goats? Yeah. And overall, we were just super excited for this hole in the mountain and having the kids with this huge backyard and the ability to just soak in these amazing mountains. And we were stoked to be spending 4 weeks here for all the Switzerland adventures ahead.
I've been living in a hole in the mountain, ain't no sins in there. Oh, these memories, they keep on following the devil, he's a rambling man. I've been living in a hole in the mountain, ain't no sins in there. Oh, these memories, they keep on following the devil, he's a rambling man. Oh, I try to
And then we set off on some day trips. Where did we go first? Does anyone remember the name of the town?
No.
Lavertezzo.
Lavertezzo. It's this cool kind of pool and rocks and an awesome double arch bridge that looks very picturesque. And it was a hot day, so we headed down there. And what did we do?
We first swimsuit and swim.
Yeah.
I do my hair toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling? Hair toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling? Woo, child, tired of the bull. Gone, dust your shoulders off. Keep it moving, yes, Lord. Trying to get some new in there. Swimwear going.
I had cucumbers on my eyes.
You did. You were living your best life out in Lavertezzo.
Turned it into a little spa day.
It was very pretty. We swam. We explored the rocks. No one jumped off of the bridge from our family. It looked really cool, but we were not that bold that day. And really just soaked it in. It was a cool first excursion.
I do my hair toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling? Hair toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling? Feeling good as hell. Baby, how you feeling? Woo, girl, need to kick off your shoes.
One of the really great things about Switzerland is there was a lot of interest from family. So we lucked out and had both sets of grandparents come and join us during the month.
Yep. So Grandma and Grandpa came first.
Yeah. And what did we celebrate while they were in Switzerland?
Did someone turn 6?
Yeah.
Nora!
Whoa,
Birthday girl, Switzerland!
birthday!
Da-da-da-da-do!
Ow.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Nora. Happy birthday to you.
When my parents came to visit, we made a little day trip out of visiting the
Aletsch, something like that.
Glacier, and it was super cool to see. We got to go on 2 gondolas to get up to the tippy top.
Yep, one gondola to a nice little quaint village ski town, and then we walked through that for 20 minutes and got in another gondola. Super cool. Views
Very
are
fun.
Gondola,
unbelievable the whole way.
gondola, gondola.
So many gondolas. And then
We got to the top, and what was there though, Nora? And who was throwing snowballs at me? Yeah, you were. Yikes.
I was making a snowball and hiding behind the back. And I was making a snowman!
Cool, Hazel. We explored kind of the glaciers. We saw all of those mountains. Do you remember that, guys?
Oh.
And you guys built those cairns. Do you remember what cairns are? They're those stones that you stack on top of one another.
Stack.
Yeah, it was super cool. Really cool day, really fascinating piece of Switzerland.
And it was awesome. I highly recommend it.
Highly recommend it.
Wow.
Put it on Nora's list.
Our grandparents were here. We went to a cow festival where these cows went down the mountain because it's starting to be fall or winter there.
Yeah.
So and it's colder at the top. So they went down the mountain and these big bells were around their neck.
Yeah.
And they had flowers on their heads and necklaces.
Yeah, so annual cow festival. We knew it kind of happened when we were there, but as Nora said, since it gets cold in the fall, they come down from the mountains, so they're not as chilly. And we, next to the town, or to the town we were next to, had a little cow festival. So we went down, and what was the thing you remember most from the cow festival, Nora?
It was loud.
It was so loud.
Super loud. Fascinating. These cows coming down the mountain, you can hear it from 20-30 minutes away. They are coming, and it sounds like a siren, a serenade of just all these cow bells. And then they come by, and it's just fascinating with their flower hats and big bells. And then they shepherd them into this field. People are having beers and drinks, and all of a sudden they kind of go to a different pasture.
Cow festival today. Yay! So once we were done with cows.
Once we thought we were done with cows?
What happened?
Cows were running down from the hill in our backyard.
Yeah, one morning we woke up. It was misty, a little rainy outside, and what did we hear coming down the hill? Cows!
We heard the bells, didn't we?
hundreds of cows all of a sudden descended to our front yard. Here we are, a couple of last days in the chalet. Come to find out this morning, got some new neighbors. Lots and lots of new neighbors. Look at these guys. There were hundreds of cows, 100 cows, in our front yard, just hanging out, mooing, licking their nostrils for hours. Yeah.
Like 2 or 3.
2 or 3.
Or 2.5 or 1.5.
Yeah, one of those.
Good range. Yeah.
One of those options.
Yeah.
And we thought it was kind of weird, and then all of a sudden, their handlers came and the farmers came and took them away just like that. And we kind of missed them after that. It was a fun, cool, unique little morning just to have these cows. Oh, kind of as unique as that intro. So cow morning, Switzerland, super fun. And I don't think we'll see anything like that ever again.
Unexpected and so fun.
Yeah, it was cool.
It was totally awesome.
We tried to do as much hiking as we could in Switzerland, and
there was like this hike, this easy hike, this like straight hike. We started in Lauterbrunnen.
Lauterbrunnen, yeah.
This like mountainous town.
Yeah, and it's got these sheer cliffs, these waterfalls falling from those cliffs. What else, kiddo?
There's this playground with like a cow. Not a real.
he would slide down his tongue.
Yeah.
It was a really cool playground from the top of a mountain. It had this very intricate cow slide and a lot of other cool playground activities too.
And that's what started the hike. And since you take a gondola up so high, there's not a lot of elevation that you need to do. So it was a pretty straightforward walk for the kids, super easy. The kids did okay. You guys walked. And what were the little trails that Hazel found?
So Hazel would find the little trails that were just off the main trail, and she would get very excited about them and yell, "Hazel Trail!"
This hike was really cool. Again, towering mountains everywhere you look. Super easy hike for us and the kids. We really just soaked it up and eventually got back on a tramway back down to Lauterbrunnen. And what's cool about the tram is that it might be as picturesque as the hike.
Yeah, it was.
Mountains, we had our own little kind of cubby within this train. And so took in the views as we went down the hill to get to our car to go back to the chalet.
One of the benefits of having grandparents come and visit, it was Mike and I got to escape for some hikes that are a little more challenging to do with the kids. And one of our favorites was Lake Oeschinensee.
Yeah, super cool alpine lake.
Beautiful. The water.
Huge mountains on either side of the lake too. Very, very pretty. Like all hikes, took a gondola up and got there, but the hike itself was pretty tough. I remember being winded and tired for that.
Good incline.
But you get to the top and kind of go throughout all these trails, and the view at the top is amazing.
And then just by chance, we happened to run into one of the 2 people that we know in Switzerland.
In all of Switzerland. Neither one of us knew we were going to be there. If you want to know how small of a world it is, ran into Mark, a husband of a family friend, and it was unbelievable. Caught up with him quickly, then grabbed beers with him down at the bottom of the hill of the hike. And one thing he suggested to do was the alpine slides. Like, you got to do it. It's not that expensive. And we did it, and it was very cool. I remember flying down that thing.
And I inched down.
Mark goes, "You don't want to break," and go, "Okay, no breaking for me." Woo! Right. No. Woo-hoo-hoo. flying down. I end up flipping the cart.
Oh, I didn't see you do
Yeah,
that.
I'm okay.
Why
Nobody
flipping the
worry.
cart?
Well, I flipped the alpine slide. You're supposed to brake and not go 100 miles an hour down it. And I went and it turned and I went. I'm okay. But yeah, Lake Oeschinensee was just one of those amazing hikes that we'll never forget. Super fun to run into one of the two people we know in all of Switzerland. And the alpine slide was just icing on the cake to a really fun, very memorable day.
When Mike's parents, Buja and Papa, were visiting, we made a trek out to
Chocolate to the city of
Gruyères.
like the cheese.
Yeah. I love the town. The town was beautiful, a medieval town, and it was super cool to see. We did a cheese tour.
Oh, Hazel!
We toured the town.
Yep.
And then we went to a chocolate factory, which was pretty fun.
Yeah, we had about, well, it's not a self-guided tour. It's like a Disneyland tour, but you have a little
It's a little
earpiece.
scary. Yeah.
The kids actually just kept buzzing things and listening. It was kind of funny. And then it was the chocolate tasting after the tour. And Nora, how much chocolate
It's
would you say you
unlimited.
had?
It was like as big as my face.
Yeah.
We just let them go.
Yeah.
And they had so much chocolate.
Yeah, I mean, super good parenting right before a 3-hour trip home. Give your kids as much chocolate as possible.
I could have all that chocolate, all the ones on the plates.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
it was good. It was
Then
good.
all my teeth would have cavities.
Long ride home, though. Long ride home. And so, right near our chalet, the closest town is Ernen, and it's just a picturesque town. Something you would think out of any Switzerland town and what it would be. Yeah.
Yeah, we roamed around Ernen a little bit and then stopped at a suspension bridge. And
I was so scared of it after.
I mean, it's pretty high up.
pretty
Like, for
high.
the small city to have this big suspension bridge.
And guess what? I was so scared about.
You were scared.
It was wobbly, and can I tell you something else why I was
Go
scared?
for it.
Because it was so hot, and I thought we were like gonna go down into the river.
Wow, yeah, it was super high. But Nora, were you brave?
Yes.
Come on, slap me
Like
some
on,
skin.
like on the first time I was brave.
You were. It's like
And it was-
150 feet in the air, I think is what it was. Super long for a
Yeah.
random suspension bridge near this tiny city. Figured we had to kind of do it and
Check it
explore. Nora and Hazel were super brave. And we walked across it once, kind of saw the other side. There's a city that connects to it on the other side. Then we walked back, and it's long, it's high, but it's really, really cool
Wobbly,
and
yeah.
fun to see. And a like random thing we would never see in any guidebooks or plan to do while we were there. And it was a short little trip, short little jaunt, but really cool, fun to see, and a unique aspect of Switzerland and Ernen where we stayed.
we spent a full month in Switzerland, and so it started to really feel like home.
Yeah, kind of crazy to think about 4 full weeks.
Yeah.
It was hard to say goodbye. I mean, 4 full weeks, we got really familiar with the chalet. Jesse and Jono's, of course, Amy the dog started to feel really familiar and close. And the goats and the chickens and all of those guys too. So it was a bummer to say goodbye, but on our last...
Don't forget the horses.
Of course, the horses. All right, we're saying goodbye to the chalet.
What, Nora? I'm gonna miss it too.
Do you remember when there were cows right here?
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
There we were off. Next stop, Oktoberfest.
Gross.
Yeah, my liver hurts just thinking about it. Bye, Switzerland.
Bye. Goodbye, goodbye, Switzerland. I texted.
We're not